But how you guys? I know I just got off here, but I did want to talk a little bit more about silence is golden too, um, because I see that quite a bit. I see that quite often, um, and yeah, I see that quite often. I see a lot of things coming to fruition for me because of that. Um, I used to be very, very open, very much open with people because I always thought that people wanted to see the good out of people, even with our own envy, because everyone has a sense of jealousy. I won't even say envy, but some we do have a sense of envy too. But overall, we want to see the best for people. And when you do, usually most people, when they see that, if they're developed, they want to, if they see or feel a sense of envy, they will try to um, not mimic you. They would try to find out what it is that you're doing to help yourself, and that will motivate them to do what they're called to do, or motivate them to deal with their insecurities, because we all have them, and to work on it. Okay, but we live in a society where people don't do that. They see that they can see that you're doing good, and they feel intimidated by that because you've worked out some things, and they will get jealous. They will get bitter. They will get angry. They will get jealous. And by all means, they want to strip you down by all means, any means necessary. Okay, they want to strip and tuck you down. And what I've learned from having silence and being silent is that when you are not having loose lips, or you're not talking, or you're not adding on extra, people can't attack you. They don't know which way to go with you. They don't know how to deal. They don't know how to handle. And so when that happens, that makes them look really dumb. That makes them look really dumb, and it takes them extra work to find out quirks and things about you. But when you do talk, if you're around someone long enough, you will end up opening your mouth. You will start talking because it's the relative of distance. So you will talk, you will have conversations with people. Not to say to be antisocial or anything like that, because that's not good in the workplace, and you can look off as non-responsible. No, I said non-responsive. Non-responsive. You can look at like you're antisocial. You're not approachable, especially for a woman of color. For a guy of color too, that happens. But woman of color, especially a black woman, that's the number one thing people will always try to do, especially if they're trying to intimidate you, or they're getting intimidated by you speaking what you need to say, while they can say all kind of crazy stuff. So you got to be careful with that. Um, but yeah, being quiet can save your life. But if you can't be quiet all the time, like I can't, learn how to throw darts in the opposite direction. Learn smoke and mirrors. Learn these things. People talk about this about, dealing with narcissistic people. I talk about that a lot because I dealt with a lot of people who are narcissistic, um, even especially in the workplace too. And especially when you have workplace bullies, okay? Because these people were definitely bullies, okay? And so when you have these kind of people around you, what you want to do is to learn how to throw arrows in the opposite direction, okay? Somebody's thinking that, they're coming after you. That's just like a serial killer. If they chasing you down the hall, and you can't run too far, what do? You hide in a corner until, what's this all about? So you hide into a corner until the person either goes past you or goes the other direction. If they would come in your direction or something like that, you would throw something down the hallway the other way. You always try to dodge. You try to, if somebody's going in there trying to shoot you or something, you're not going to go in a straight line and run. No, you're going to go diagonal. You're going to go zigzag. You're gonna do this is the same thing that you're gonna do when people try to get into your business. They trying to find something about you. You gotta use these tactics because these people are not for the play. Some of these people really do want you dead, especially if they think that you're gonna outshine them or you're gonna outshine them at work or something. They will try to knock you down. Okay, they will try to knock you down if they think that you're gonna outshine them at work. They want to put you down. They see your light. You don't even have to be as smart as they are. When they see that you got something special and you got something different, all hell is gonna break loose. Especially if they ain't developed themselves and grasp it. Some people can see it and say, okay, I see what's going on. The enemy is using me. Let me grasp, let me contain myself and, you know, work on myself, work on my things. No, 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 baby. No, no, no. Most of them are not. And don't think that you're going to get away from it or you're going to get away from it because you have a higher paying job. That doesn't happen that way either because the higher the pay, the more the more you got to go through. The more you going through. So, um, keep that in mind, keep that in mind, okay? You gotta find alter ways, other ways to save and to protect yourself. Especially if you're dealing with somebody who's acting like a friend. Y'all could have been friends. They done only been friends with you just to get information from you, then turn on you at the last minute. Then you call them out, or it doesn't work the first time. Then they try to come back. These people will do this. They will try to come back and act like, oh no, I just did this just because of this, and then they try to attack you again. So you got to learn some of these tactics. You got to learn some of these tactics to save your life. It's okay to drop the ball. It's okay to say, not yet, because you can't always say no to certain situations too, dealing with manipulative people. You cannot always say no. You cannot always say no because they already have a tactic for that. They already have a form for that. And in the workplace, if you saying no to something all the time, like I said, it looks like you're being antisocial. Now, if that's your only way and you already know what it is and then okay. Then okay, stand firm. But maybe you have to say not yet, or I have other plans, or do whatever you need to do to get away from them damn people. Excuse my language, but yeah, do whatever it is. You do whatever it is to get away from those people at any means, because at the end of the day, it's your sanity, it's your health, it could be your job, it could be your life. Okay, sometimes these people are that kind of crazy. I currently have somebody at my job to this day who um, has taken it upon themselves to try to do bodily harm to me, and not when I say bodily harm, and they don't want to do it by themselves. They literally paid somebody somebody to do it. You know, so you gotta understand that some people will take this and fight with their life with certain stuff, with certain jobs, with certain titles. You'll be sitting there looking like, what? What's going on? How is this even possible? What's this all about? And you know, in reality, in reality, that's not the case at all. What they're doing is what they're doing is oh, trying to get you set up. Some of these people try to set you up to make you look like the hostile person, that you doing all the crazy stuff when they the person that was manipulating people all around them. So you cannot take this stuff lightly. You cannot take it lightly. You cannot take it lightly. You cannot take it lightly. Okay. Sometimes you might have to talk to somebody like a therapist and tell them what's going on so then they can attest, because you might have to use stuff like this in court documents. I've had that happen too. Have a therapist so you can have a second, a person to have your back when things turn crazy, when you don't comply with what these people are trying to do to you, or when they're trying to turn on you and it doesn't go that way, and it falls back on them, because some people are ruthless in this. They're ruthless in taking you down. So that's why I say silence. silence is golden. Um, Silence ain't dumb. I'm not saying I don't do anything, but watch your surroundings. Watch, what people are doing, and keep to yourself about situations, about what you're doing and where you're going. And for me, I noticed that, because I'm not working at a my neighbor's coming. She looking like she looking, but hey there. Um, and so I know that um, working with a small group of people, and for me, a small group of people is around 100 people or less. Um, it makes a difference. It makes a difference versus working with, you know, a group of 5,000 or more or something like that. So you got to take that into account. You got to take that into account when you're dealing with small groups. Um, Things go around quicker. Um, yeah, things go around quicker, good or bad, gossip, good or bad. Um, Things travel at the speed of light. And I don't know why people think that when you say anything, like that's not gonna go through. Like, so like I said, for me, um, if I'm trying to move somewhere and I'm trying to, I don't like the environment that I'm in. I'm not gonna tell the people, and I don't like the environment that I'm in because the people are that I'm with is not being responsive. I'm not gonna tell them what my next move is. Not one single bit. Because I want to. The goal for me to leave the doggone the situation is because I don't like I don't like what I'm dealing with. So I'm not gonna go and tell who I'm trying to get away where I'm going. Um, Now here's the trick with this, because I know some people who look at my channel, they do know me, and they're gonna be like, "Well, Bill, you did tell." Yes, I did that before because I was ignorant and dumb. Okay, I was ignorant and dumb, and I also another way that but you grow and you learn and you see things, and you get better. But another thing that I have learned is that if you're dealing with somebody who is going to try to find out, they're not going to stop, and you don't have any preventive measures, and it's the best option to tell them, to give them information. You tell them the opposite information, you don't tell them where you're going. You don't tell them what you are doing, because that, for one, that's none of their business, and if they had a life, they wouldn't have time to sit there and gossip about yours, but they don't, and they're going to keep going. They're going to keep prying. So that is the only time I would say is to tell them something, is if it's someone who is a person that could not accept no for an answer. Those are one of the most dangerous people. Um, Trying to be quiet because I just heard somebody come down here. Those are the most dangerous people, or they're not going to stop. And so that's the best thing for you to do. You know, um, yeah, yeah. So you do it that way. Other than that, I would say keep the same way, keep the same poker face. Um, Move around differently. Um, don't think that these people won't use dark energy or dark forces to try to knock you out either, because they do. Um, don't think that they're going to be don't think that they're going to be so helpful and all that other. all that other stuff. Don't don't think that they won't be quick to chew you up and to spit you out if you already seen, especially if you already seen how they are. You can tell a lot by how they treat other people. Not only that, you can tell by their patterns because a lot of people who are like this, some of them are covert and very covert. They will boost people up. They will flatter them. They will flatter you to get information from you and shift things and transport information. They will be that toxic. So um, just be on guard with that. I don't want to keep you guys long. I'm going to get off here anyway because I need to go to bed. Yeah, I need to go to bed. Hopefully something I said or done will help you in your journey. Please stay tuned with your intentional. Bye-bye.